Hello. Give me a second. I'm just adjusting my thing. Okay. Hello, and welcome to my video. My name is Joey. I am working on a mod called Fallout New York and Elder Scrolls High Rock, Fallout Chicago, and Fallout San Francisco. The first one will be Fallout New York, and I'm hoping to release all 4 mods by this June. So let me go a little bit into what I'm doing here. So I didn't really feel comfortable playing Fallout 4. I mean, this is an Elder Scrolls game, right? So what are you doing playing Elder Scrolls for this Fallout 4 video? Well, I just felt that I love writing, and I love the lore of Elder Scrolls. Never mind. So yeah, let's get into this. I just checked myself into an inn here. This is my room currently for the thing. So what am I doing, and all that good jazz. Well, I am making a mod for Fallout New York. I'm making a mod for Fallout 4 called Fallout New York, and I am making 4 main quest lines for it. And I'm thinking of incorporating one of the main quest lines into Chicago and San Francisco, but they're really just going to be some different. San Francisco and Chicago will have its own story at this point in time. It's February 4th? February 4th, I think. And it's 1:34 p.m. this time, my time. I live in Colorado. So let's get into this. So I haven't worked on the mod for about 3 weeks, and if I actually did put work into it, you know, I could be done. It's not that hard, I don't think, to make places. It takes a few hours a day, and I love game design, but I procrastinate too much. So Fallout New York. I'm not going to do a show and tell at this point in time because I don't have anything really to show. But I'm doing a Fallout 4 overhaul with New York. So I'm going to be adding some content to Good Neighbor. I'm going to be adding some content to Diamond City. And I'm going to be building 3 cities for Fallout. And each city will have its own, like, distinction. They'll be very distinct. And then I'm going to add some towns around the thing. But the main idea is, I didn't like the Fallout New York is going to take place after the events of Fallout 4. And Fallout New York is going to have the ending where you side with the Minutemen. And I've done this for 3 reasons. From what I can perceive in the lore, if you side with the other factions, if you do the Railroad, your character will ever be secret and never known. He'll be just the regular leader of the Minutemen, but he'll never be really known, which kind of means I would assume he would leave the role of the Minutemen in the future and just continue life espionage for the Railroad. Always secret, but never hunted anyone by the Institute since they're gone. If you side with the Institute, and this breaks my heart, I was hoping that, you know, your character would be able to influence the Institute, because the director is supposed to have the final say. And, you know, supermutants are horrible, and you don't even get the option to talk to Father or anyone in the Institute about why they were doing supermutants, how they were creating them, and if the program was going to be reinitiated. And yet, even when you can't do that, it was important to know that supermutants are in the Commonwealth because of them. Now, their motto, Humankind Redefined, they are a futuristic post-apocalyptic society. Sure, that's cool. But when you get right down to brass tacks, it's literally just a 3-floor indoor house with multiple houses on each thing and like 2 shops. I think it's got like 2, maybe 3 quests. Probably 4 or 5, whatever. But it's got less than 5 quests, or just about. And if you pick their ending, the Institute, it's not really, it's not good, because from their ending, the whole upside of the Commonwealth becomes, you don't care about the surface in that ending, which means you basically become evil, and the Institute continues what it's been doing for the past over 150 years, which is, you know, murdering people on the surface. It's fine if they're a futuristic society, but it becomes a problem when they contribute to the problem of the surface, which, you know, the Commonwealth is described as a war-ravaged wasteland. I wonder why. There's super mutants. They kidnap important people and replace them with synths. And they're willing to murder synths because they're willing to murder the railroad people because of people keep getting the synths out. Synths keep getting out. Instead of, you know, hunkering down their own problem, they're just okay with murdering people and trying to get the synths back. To which, if the resource is already lost, why even spend the effort? So they basically they don't have any care for the human life as it is whatsoever. And their experiments, I mean, look at it like this. If you take the farm in the southeast near the fertile soil thing where there's this poop thing, they killed a husband. I mean, yeah, he was abusive, but they killed him, murdered him flat out, so they could have that little plantation thing. They could have sent a person up, had some guards with them, and then sent some stuff up. But no, they'd rather do it all secret-like, so no one knows. They don't want anything to do with the surface, and they're murdering. They're okay with murdering for a simple science experiment to see if something will grow bigger. And that's just like, what the fuck? So that ending was not gonna happen. Especially since I want to have the railroad and the I want each faction to show up in New York in some context. I mean, if the Institute and the railroad both went to DC in Fallout 3, they can show up in New York. And the Brotherhood's all over the place. They have something. They had to have something. So that's why I'm not doing the Institute. And the Brotherhood of Steel ending, where you're just an honorable knight. That means you're just part of the Brotherhood. You never leave it. You never go do any stuff on your own. You stay on the Pridwing. You like technology for the rest of your life. Blah 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 blah. The ending for the Brotherhood, you become one of many. You contribute to the Minutemen. You rebuild them up, and you stay the general. And I wanted to expand on that context. There used to be there's like 3 bits of lore that suggest that there was a giant war in the Commonwealth before. I mean, there's 3 things of note for the Commonwealth. Diamond City was under siege by an army of super mutants, and the Minutemen saved them. The Minutemen had different battalions, and there was like a civil war between them, and they all died. Where did that civil war take place? It's never discussed, seen, or showed anywhere. So I'm gonna make that happen. And there's ex-Minutemen. Minutemen have actually quit being Minutemen, and they come back, and like they're famous within the Minutemen for being known for being Minutemen if they served long enough. Like that old lady that came back, and I want to expand on that. There's nothing there. There's literally so much potential to expand on, but there's nothing there. And the Minutemen ending, I feel, is the best ending to be canon, and that's where the Fallout New York is going to take place after Fallout 4's ending, where the Institute is destroyed. But the Railroad, the Brotherhood, and the Minutemen are all safe and sound. I even have, hold on, sorry. Sorry that my head is spinning. I'm sorry. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Let's change chairs. I'm just gonna change chairs here. So, Fallout New York. It's going to take place after the War of the Commonwealth between these 4 factions, where the 3 factions, you know, destroyed the Institute. And I'm going to have it done in a way, there's going to be 2 quest lines. One takes you to New York, and the other one is for the Fallout Overhaul, but I want the Fallout 4 Overhaul to be an introduction to New York. So, I know players, when they sit in New York, they're just gonna, you know, they're gonna want jump ship, go straight to New York. And I would want to do that myself. I would want to do that. But I want a proper introduction, and I have 2 or 3 ways of setting it up, and I decide which way I'm going to do. I might use all 3, so that way the player has choices about how they're going to be introduced to it. I'm going to add, yeah, so that's basically my description for now. By February, I plan on releasing all of my mods by June, and Fallout New York will be completed in near its entirety by then. And so, I currently, let's move on to Fallout Chicago. Fallout Chicago, come back! Fallout Chicago, oh, hold on. Open! Just throw her in here. Fallout Chicago, sorry, that was my kitten. I had to watch her for a minute while my house is being cleaned. Fallout Chicago is, well, it's gonna deal with the, well, I just want to explore that area. And I believe the Enclave are there, and the, Midwestern Brotherhood from Fallout Tactics, I believe, are the Brotherhood Steel. Now, this is an introductory video. I will be creating more videos explaining my premise and what I'm going to be doing as development progresses. This is more of a, hello, I'm here to the world kind of thing than it is a show and tell. Well, I mean, it is a show and tell, but I'll be making a more show and tell elaborate thing later. I should be releasing a video twice a week, I guess, on my progress, on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Anyway, or by Tuesday and Thursday, I don't know. So this is like video 1 of my series, just to show the progress. I went High Rock because High Rock is supposed to be the place of Elder Scrolls 6. I'm making that mod, and like I know there's Beyond Skyrim. However, I really want a really hardcore, you know, kind of royal family, noble families kind of fighting each other, and you go and do that kind of thing. It's really like hardcore choices. And then Fallout San Francisco I'm gonna make, and as far as I have for that, the player is gonna go to the Golden Gate Bridge, and they're gonna mess with San Francisco as it currently is. It's independent from the NCR. And yeah, this basically concludes episode 1 of Fallout New York. This is my like opener. Okay, so Fallout New York mod opener video. And yeah, I will go over, first we're gonna create Fallout New York, and then we're gonna create Fallout San Francisco, and then we're gonna create Fallout Chicago. Or we'll create Chicago and San Francisco at the same time. And then, I'm gonna probably have, I know Fallout for New York is gonna have one main quest line, new quest line for Fallout for the Commonwealth, Boston. And it's gonna have 3 quest lines for New York, main quest lines for New York. And there's gonna be side quests, but I'm talking like main hardcore story quests for the, for New York City, and what the characters can do there. Or players can do there.
Short bones. Handsome man in Falkreath.
And so there's that, and then I am handsome, aren't I? Yeah, and then Chicago should have a few more main stories. I'm not gonna go into here's my closer. I'm gonna close the video now. My closer is this. I'm making 4 mods, and they're each gonna have I have an idea of what I want to do for each of them, for main story content wise, and what they're gonna do and how they're gonna incorporate, and yeah. So new lands, new items, new gear, new quests. I'll be going over character development, level design, writing in future videos, and the base story for each one. Yeah, so I'll be making another video either today or tomorrow for the introduction to Fallout New York. Alright, and yeah, so this is my video. Sorry I'm not confident.